The trial between Amber and Johnny has been going on for a few weeks now, and since it started, people on social media have been divided. Both of them have pretty dedicated fan bases, but as more information has come out, more and more people have been turning on Miss AH and have been defending Johnny. And Amber apparently doesn't like the fact that people hate her because she has decided to, out of nowhere, fire her entire PR team because of the bad articles being posted online about her, and the petition to remove her from Aquaman 2 has surpassed 3 million signatures. I have a bunch of different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted, and of course if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start with this New York Post article. It says Amber Heard fires PR team days before she's set to testify after torrent of bad headlines. AH is so upset over the coverage she's been getting in her court battle with JD that she abruptly switched her new PR team ahead of her highly anticipated testimony this week, the Post has learned. The Aquaman actress ditched crisis PR firm Precision Strategies Thursday after getting frustrated with the press she received since her bombshell defamation trial kicked off last month, sources said, and the source simply noted, she doesn't like bad headlines, which is just so comical to me because she is the one who decided to make this whole situation public in the first place. She's the one that decided to go to the Washington Post, put out that op-ed about everything that she endured and all of the terrible experiences she went through. She's the one that tried to get Hollywood to cancel JD, and she tried actively to get his career ruined. She's the one that decided to make all of this public. So of course, when you put something in the public and you give people information, they're going to talk about you. And just because you were the one who released information and tried to look like the victim, that doesn't always mean that people are going to believe you. That doesn't mean that people are always going to like you. It's just as simple as that. And she is furious over the fact that people don't like her. Journalists are writing negative articles about her. She is furious over this, and in my opinion, it's hilarious. To me, it sounds like she threw a fit and is furious that people don't like her, and she cannot accept the fact that to the public, she looks terrible. It's like she wanted her PR team to pull a Theranos and Elizabeth Holmes by threatening to sue anyone who put out negative articles on her, and because they couldn't control journalists, she fired them, which in my opinion doesn't look good for her. It makes her look even worse, like she's making irrational decisions out of anger. Do you see JD going around doing this, throwing fits, firing teams because he's mad about coverage that this case is getting? Of course not. It says another source said that Heard is frustrated with her story not being told effectively. What wording there, effectively? It sounds like she's mad that the story isn't being spread around the way she wanted it to be. It's like, oh, you know, they're listening to him as well. They're not just instantly going, poor me, poor me. This isn't being told the way that it should, so of course she's furious over this. It says Depp is suing Heard for $50 million, claiming his ex-wife defamed him in a 2018 op-ed in the Washington Post where she discussed being a victim of DV. The actress, who is expected to take the stand in Fairfax as soon as Tuesday, now has consulting firm Shane Communications on retainer to help her get across her side better in the court of public opinion, sources said. I'm going to be honest, I don't think that the public's going to change their opinion on Miss AH. I just think that at this point there's been so much bad said about her. I just don't think there's much good that could be said about her that would make her this hero in our eyes, and this person who went through so many terrible things, because she herself looks like a terrible person. It says the sudden PR switch came after several brutal days of court testimony from Depp, witnesses, and a fiery social media mob that turned against her. There were already millions of people that hated her in the first place, but people are finally starting to see, wow, there's a lot of bad against her. The firm helped highlight allegations lodged by Depp's former business managers, the management group alleging that the Pirates of the Caribbean star needed to hire a shrink for his compulsive spending habits of $2 million per month. Still, communications experts told the Post that Heard's new flags have an uphill battle ahead of them. After years of narrative building, you can't change the public's opinion in the 3 weeks when someone is suing you in a case, said a crisis management PR insider. There are even PR insiders now who are coming out and saying she expects everything to magically change, for the public's opinion to magically change, and that's just not the way that it goes. It's not that simple, and she doesn't understand that. The actress never wanted cameras in the courtroom in the first place, but Depp's team won the fight to have the entirety of the trial testimony live streamed, meaning neither team could cherry pick what information made its way out of the courtroom. And I think that this was a great win for Depp's team, because we can see when Amber's wall breaks. We can see when she's laughing, when she's smiling, when it's like a big joke to her. And we can see the way that everyone is responding to these questions, to the situations that are being raised, the way that Depp is responding, and eventually here we're going to see the way that Amber is responding, and this definitely doesn't look good for her. Now, of course, I've talked about their relationship quite a few times here on the channel. I've been covering the trial in videos and in live streams, but things are not looking good for AH at this point. Everyone is kind of turning on her now, and that is also backed up by this change.org petition that I have talked about over the past few years. There have been people who have wanted Amber removed from Aquaman 2 who are furious with the fact that Warner Brothers decided to defend her, yet push Johnny Depp to the side and fire him from roles and recast him in things like Fantastic Beasts 3. And this petition was sitting at 1.8 million signatures for, I don't know how long exactly, half of a year maybe, but since the trial started, it has now surpassed over 3 million signatures. Everyone is turning on Amber, and when Aquaman 2 comes out, it is going to face a massive boycott. We also saw with Fantastic Beasts 3 that started, unfortunately, pretty terribly for Warner Brothers, and at the box office it has not done any better. It has been the worst Harry Potter movie yet. It's also being reported that her screen time has been minimized to under 10 minutes in Aquaman 2. It doesn't sound like they want to completely remove her, but it does sound like they're trying to listen to how mad fans really are, and they're trying to minimize her role in the movie, so hopefully they don't face giant boycotts. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.